Hello, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be talking about the Creme Shop. I picked up a couple of things from them. This is my first time trying the brand, so I thought I would just go through the things that I picked up and then we'll apply them on my face, do a little first impressions, and then yeah, that is the plan. So let me show you what I picked up first and then I'll start applying it on my face. Obviously I already have some makeup on. I didn't pick up any eyeshadow, but I did pick up mascara and liner and everything, so we're gonna get to the rest of my face in a moment. So the first thing that I picked up is the Creme Shop's Clean Canvas in Yellow, and this is a cushion product. So you open it up, and there's a little cushion applicator, and then I already got all the packaging off of this, but you have to like peel something off and whatever. And then this is kind of like a yellow based primer. So I picked that up. I picked up 3 primers, so it's going to be interesting. I'm planning on putting one on my forehead, one here, and we'll just see how that goes. I also picked up the Timeless Blend Mattifying Primer infused with 2% salicylic acid. I do get a decent amount of acne. I'm doing tons of skincare to like mitigate that, but I use a lot of salicylic acid because my skin is quite acne prone. Then we have the Weightless Blend Everyday Primer with hyaluronic acid and SPF 30. Always enjoy a little bit more SPF. I am actually wearing sunscreen today underneath this, but I always enjoy that in my products. And then I picked up their foundation. This is Full Coverage Age Defense Moisturizing SPF 30 foundation. It looks like it's going to be too dark for me, but we're going to see how this works out. So gonna give that a try. And then I picked up their concealer in Cover Story Full Coverage Concealer. So yeah, we're gonna try that. I picked up the Creme Shop Left on Red lip product. This is like a cushion lip product, and it's really interesting. I thought it was gonna like come up through the cushion somehow, like click up or something, but the product's actually here in the cap. And when you put this in, it about there, it like hits product, and then you have to push it in and turn it. So there's some amount of product, I guess like that much between here and there of like lip product on the other side that kind of like gets onto the cushion. So I don't know, that's very interesting packaging, and I'm gonna give it a shot. I also picked up 2 of their faux freckle stamp pens. I got this black one, which has a star-shaped side, and a regular like felt tip freckle pen on the other in black. And then this one I got in deep brown, and it's got a heart on one side and a regular freckle pen on the other. The last thing I picked up was their Wonder Wisp mascara. So we're gonna give this a shot too. Yeah, we're gonna give that all a go. So let's actually, let's maybe start with finishing up. No, let's actually do the foundation first. So let's start with the primers, and we'll just kind of go in order. So this was the Creme Shop Clean Yellow Canvas, and I'm gonna just put this, I feel like I have a little bit more redness on this side, so we're gonna do it on this side today. Because I am going to try to use all the primers, and we'll just see how that works. So I'm just kind of like pressing this into the cushion, and it got a little bit on the sponge. So I'm going to put that on. I think it's supposed to be like a brightening or like lightening color corrector. So I'm just going to put that on kind of over the red spots and over any acne that I have. And I'm gonna take it down onto my chin too, but just like half of my chin. All right, so there it is on. I do feel like it made the redness a little bit less noticeable, but yeah, I do feel like it did. Like I feel like this looks more red than this side. And even on the chin, you can see that that looks a little less red than that side. I don't know, it's just a first impression. So it does sit on my skin where I can see it a little bit. So we'll see how that plays out once we actually put foundation over top and concealer. Next, we're going to go in with the Timeless Blend Mattifying Primer. This one, this is kind of the consistency. It feels very creamy. And I'm definitely trying to like press it into my pores that are like my most noticeable pores are right here. So I'm just trying to press it into those. All right, and the last primer, the Weightless Blend. Oh, we're gonna put that on the forehead. And this is, oh wow, interesting. This is kind of a different consistency from the other one. It's a little lighter and easier to spread than the other ones, so I definitely have way too much. Okay, we're just gonna put it on my neck. And it's got like this light pink tint to it. So if you are someone who would be particularly opposed to a light pink tint, I feel like it noticeably is light and lightening my skin a little bit. Okay, so that primer is on. I do feel like it lightened my forehead a little bit. This one made my skin look a little bit more yellow, and this one was pretty much clear. So we'll see how they look with foundation over them. Let's pull in, this is their CC Cream Full Coverage Foundation. Oh, whoa, it just dropped out. It's quite liquidy. Okay, I'm gonna get that off my finger. I'm gonna put some on the back of my hand. Let me just show you guys. I'm not squeezing it at all. So it's like liquidy enough that it will come out even if you don't squeeze it. So definitely open it like this. Apparently. Okay, so there it is. You can see it running down my hand. I'm gonna just take a sponge and apply it with a sponge. It's definitely not my shade, but that's okay. Okay, so I ended up having to go back in and get some more to get enough for my forehead. This is definitely not full coverage, so you can see my acne scars through there and over here as well. I am going to throw a little bit on my neck because it's also too dark for me. It's not as dark as I thought it was going to be, but it's certainly not my shade. So let me try to build it up just a little bit and see if it'll cover some of those acne scars, especially because I already put some like yellow on this side. So I was kind of hoping that it would cover it. Well, I wasn't, I mean, I was expecting it to cover it, I guess. Like, I don't mind a light or medium coverage foundation, but it is advertised as full coverage. Okay, so let me see if I can show you what I'm seeing. Okay, so I turned down the lights a little bit. I'm hoping that you might be able to see what I'm seeing. So it does leave some amount of texture on the skin. I think that you can see it mostly in the forehead. And then on this side, definitely the side that looks the best is this side over here with the mattifying primer. Okay, so lights are back up. I think I said that this side with the mattifying primer, I think it definitely looks the best. I think this comes in second place with the Weightless Everyday Primer. It is sticking a little bit in some of like my trouble areas, like in between the eyebrows. And it's definitely like a product that I can see on my skin. So if you don't like that, then you won't like this. But yeah, but it is covering, but it's not full coverage. And then this side I think looks the worst. So I think I was kind of right when I was seeing some of the texture that this product caused. I feel like it's still textured there and it's extra textured compared to the other parts of my face. So for reference, I do have dry skin and like dry acne prone skin, and I'll get a little bit of oil on my nose, but that's really the only spot. So that's kind of the skin that I'm working with. And so a lot of foundations show texture on me. It's very, very common. There's nothing particularly uncommon about it, but I don't like it. So yeah, I think that this side looks the best. That's all. All right, let's do some concealer. So this is the Cover Story Full Coverage Concealer, and maybe we'll check and see. Oh, so this one's quite a bit lighter than the other one. I think I tried to get them close to the same shade, but it wasn't obvious to me. Okay, I'm gonna see, because you can still see my acne there. We're just gonna, even though it's lighter, we're just gonna see if it can like cover that. Oh, maybe we'll check on a spot on the forehead too. That one. The Beauty Blender is stained, by the way, with some blush that I was using. So I don't think any of that color is actually coming off at all. Okay, so concealer is all blended in. I am liking how that's looking, especially on this side over here, it's not full coverage. You can still see a little bit of my dark circles peeking through. The acne's still showing up over there. That one's still showing up. I am using a sponge to blend it out, but I like how a sponge looks with most of my foundations. So maybe if I wasn't using a sponge, they might be a little more full coverage, but yeah, but they're certainly not actually covering everything. So that is just my first impression experience. I do feel like this side looks better under the eye than this side. So definitely it seems like preferring these two, at least based on this first impressions. So now let's throw on the lips and then we'll finish with the eyes. This seems like a matte product. Oh yeah, it's quite full coverage. And okay, that's how that's looking. That was actually a little bit easier to apply than I thought. I'm feeling like there's just barely enough product on this puff to like get a full lip application. So I guess the amount on there is just about right. I was kind of worried that there either wouldn't be enough and I'd have to like dip back in a bunch, or I don't know, or yeah, too much and all over the place, but it felt actually like fairly easy to apply and control. This is seeming like a matte lip product. And I feel like it will probably dry out my lips. I've got dry lips, but we won't know for sure until a little bit later. Okay, let's do this freckle pen. I'm gonna use it for a little bit of liner. This is the black one. Actually, let's just see what we're working with. I mean, that's I kind of thought it would be a little bit sheer since it is labeled as a freckle pen, but oh, okay, so it can be sheared out a little. Hold up. So it can be kind of sheared out like that if you put little dots on and then press with your finger to move it. Okay, well, I'm just going to use it as a liner for right now. All right, I can already see it is definitely not fully opaque. So a liner is probably should just be used as a freckle pen, honestly, because it's not laying over the shadows in any opaque way. Although if you wanted a liquid liner that wasn't fully opaque, I mean, I guess that's that, because it's kind of an interesting effect of like it meshing with the eyeshadow a little bit, but not all the way. Okay. I also got eyeshadow on the tip of the felt tip, so yeah, this is a felt tip, by the way. I'm just gonna get that off on my hand, I guess. All right. Let's do eyelashes. It's got a little bit of a hourglass shaped brush, and the brush is like the size of my eye, so it's pretty large. Okay, so this mascara is very dry. I don't feel like I'm getting a lot of product, and like, so that was one coat, which is kind of it was barely like tinting my lashes, I feel like, and not really adding like any kind of length or thickness. It feels like it's literally just tinting my lashes on the first coat and then barely adding a tiny bit of something on the second. And it's kind of hard to get the lower lashes with such a big brush. Okay, well, I'm feeling like that's as much as I can build them up, and I don't like this mascara at all. So there we go. Because yeah, this is like 4 coats of mascara, and it's not even close to what the Essence Lash Princess mascara can do. So I really don't like this product. I don't think that's good. All right, let's do some freckles. Actually, let's do a little bit of blush. I am going to take the Urban Decay Hydromaniac. I have a review, or not a review, or first impressions of this up on my channel. So there it is, applied in a light layer. The shade was Unhinged, and I do feel like it's very pretty and isn't picking up any of the product out underneath it. So far I'm really enjoying this product. I am going to apply a little bit more just to build up that color. Okay, there's that. So let's move on to the freckles. This is in the shade Deep Brown, and yeah, so I'm just kind of dotting them on a couple at a time and then patting it out with my finger like that. Okay, I feel like that is super cute. So got the freckles on, and I do want to try out the little stamps on the back. Um, so I guess we'll do a heart on one side and a star on the other. Or maybe we'll do like one of each on both. I don't really know. But there's a little heart stamp. Let's just see. Oh, okay. There we go. So we'll just do like that. And then let's take a look at the other side, or the other pen. So there's that. Cute. So do a heart on that side, and there's the star. Okay, cool. I'm liking how that looks. I kind of want to try this as a brow pen a little bit. So let's just, oh, no, that will be a little bit too dark. Let's try the brown one. And that's not my shade. Okay, maybe if they were my shade, they would work. I'm gonna grab a regular brow pen. I just used the NYX brow pen, and then this is the ColourPop brow gel. I really need to cut my brows though. That's looking kind of intense. Okay, so I think this is where the look is going to be. So let me just go through and finish out my like first impressions of these products. Obviously this is not a full review, and I might figure out different ways to use the products and come back and talk about them at a later point in time. But for first impressions, I'm not super impressed with this guy. I do like the little bit of yellow tint that it gives, but I feel like it left some texture on my dry skin. So I don't love that. I think that I like both of these on first impressions, but I definitely need to use them more and see if they do what they claim a little bit more. But overall, I think that I like both of these primers upon first impression. The foundation is just kind of like average for me. We're hitting kind of middle of the road where it is showing some of the texture on my skin, but I do have dry skin, and the vast majority of foundations show some texture on my skin. So it's kind of just hitting middle of the road where it's like I'm not gonna like throw it away, and I'm not saying it's the worst thing ever, but it does definitely show some of the things about my skin that I don't like and that I don't want to showcase. So it's kind of hitting middle of the road for me. The concealer, I definitely want to use more and see how I feel about it more, especially when it's not over the foundation. I am liking how it's looking. I'm pretty like optimistic about this concealer. It's definitely not full. I don't feel like either of these are full coverage. I feel like they're definitely like on the medium coverage side. So I don't know, maybe like high medium, but like they're definitely not covering up the acne scars that I have, neither of them. So that's kind of where they land for me. I am like cautiously quite optimistic about this one, and I definitely want to try it more and see how I feel about it at a later date. The Creme Shop lip product, I think it was easy enough to apply. It just ended up being more of like a matte product than I was expecting. And generally I prefer something that has some gloss to it because my lips are quite dry. So I think that this just isn't my like general favorite kind of product. I think it's very interesting how it's packaged, and like that mechanism for applying lip product. I think it's really interesting. I definitely thought it was going to like twist up through the little sponge on here, and so I thought it was going to end up being more creamy of a product and something that was like generally speaking more hydrating. So I would not buy another one of these, but I don't really hate it, and I think that the application method is interesting. As far as the freckle pens go, I like that they have two shades. The black is definitely too dark to like actually use as freckles for me, or at least for the look that I'm going for, but it might work out for somebody else. You could still kind of like stamp it similar to what I was doing with the brown shade. So I really like that that they have a deeper shade like that. I think that's great. I do like these little stamp things. I'm not entirely certain how often I'll use them, but I do like them and they did work. So I don't know. It's kind of cute. It's kind of fun. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about these guys. I really don't like this mascara. I don't think that I recommend this under any, like, I don't know. It's just not my thing, right? Like, it's incredibly natural looking. This is 4 coats of mascara, right? I would be expecting it to be like clumpy and built up and really show up on my face. And I feel like it's just a barely there mascara, which is definitely not what I am looking for in a mascara. So I don't think that I'll be using this one again. I was hoping, it's called a Wonder Wisp, and so I was hoping it would be like very lengthening of a mascara. That's kind of what I was expecting, but really I felt like it just tinted my lashes black and did almost nothing other than that. So that's really unfortunate. I was really hoping to like this mascara, but unfortunately I didn't. So those are the products that I picked up. These are my first impressions on them. I think I'll probably do a follow-up on some later review video, but thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in another video. Bye!